Alright, check 1-1. Alright, this is a little video for Aiton McEachern. He's a floor manager down at Trade Mechanics, and he's asked me for a little bit of background about Ryan Winning, Ryan Wolowitnik, and uh, kind of what I do to trade basically. And I use three real things. I use time, range, and volume as an indicator for me. Those are my main indicators: time, range, and volume. And to give you a little bit of background about me, I started trading stocks about 18 months ago, maybe a year and a half. From just basic stocks, I moved on to doing swing trading options, calls and puts, overnight holds, etc. From there, I moved to scalping futures and commodities, currencies, etc. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I do using the euro represented by the 6E. This is the euro US dollar, and kind of my main strategy. So first thing I want to do is look out as far a time frame as I can. So we start with our weekly chart, and try and draw some trend lines here. This in order. So things kind of got ugly in the euro as soon as we left this trend line here. That was a big down day. It is a weekly candle, but obviously as soon as the break of the trend line happened, it was down. We came back up, retested, and down we went for the next 3 weeks, to the point where we are now. We're starting to recover, but we're getting close to overbought mode. I think that this that we can definitely at least go up to, I'll pull out the drawing tools. I think we can at least go up to right here. We will touch this trend line again before arrow line, before we start to head back down. Make new lows below 1.300 on the euro US dollar. And as far as scalping day to day, I think my number one indicator is going to be time every day. And to understand how I use time as an indicator, let's take a look at what happens with the big money every day. 5:30 a.m. Edmonton time. Most of us are going to be getting out of bed, getting ready. This is kind of European action still going on, and also guys just getting to the desk in New York, starting 5:30 a.m. our time, 7:30 in New York. We're going to have some European movement. Then it's 7:30 our time. That's when the U.S. opens, and typically I think we see a little bit of a reversal for that hour. From 5:30 to 7:30 is usually a pretty big move. We get our gap up or gap down from the day before. 7:30 we're going to have a little reversal. 8:30 the E-mini reversal, which is now we'll start moving in the same direction as we were moving from 5:30 to 7:30. The move should keep going in that direction. 9:30 European close. So all the big European firms are closing out their positions for the day. We should see another reversal again. From noon our time, or 2 o'clock New York time, to 4 o'clock New York time, the only big moves typically we will see, I think, will be from late news coming out, or unless they just really want to move the volume, get the day candles straightened out for the day on low volume. That's a good time for them to do that. So maybe look at a 6E daily chart. Try and draw some trends here again. So big money kind of psyching us out right here, playing around with the trend line. Up we go and all the way back down. So where we are right now, we might want to draw a Fibonacci extension from this point right here to see where a good place to get short would be again. And if you were trying to get short right here, then I think we should place a stop up here around 1.4020 or so, right above this 61.8 fib retracement. But me personally, I'd rather wait until we get closer to the red line and then place a very tight stop. Very tight stop up here. Maybe if we could get short around the high 3900s, place a stop at the low 1.400s in the euro dollar. That's on a daily level. Now, of course, the time indication that I've just shown you is for daily scalping. So I like to pick my positions around the 30 marks of every hour. And this is 6A. This is the Aussie dollar. Probably the most important chart for me would be the 4-hour chart. Basically, each one of these candles, 2 of these candles represents each session. So this candle we're in right now is the start of the Asian session, and these 2 candles, big down day in the US session from a high of 38.63, where we closed down around 37.44 for the US session. You know, there's news about European debt woes and stuff like that. That's pretty typical. But I guess the reason I got into the futures versus the stocks is just the up and down cycles that happen every day, and the way the big money managers just kind of move the markets up and down. They're just moving the euro. The euro is one of those things that's always moving, and I like to try and catch reversals on it. So I guess the other thing, the shortest time frame I'd use would be like a 5-minute chart, and can draw trend channels on that just like everything else. Now it's looking like we're going long, but it's going long at a pretty slow rate. So even if we did draw a Fibonacci thing here, maybe get long around 37.45 or something like that. Between 37.40 and 37.45 with the stop underneath 37.39. But it probably will reverse right now and just keep going all the way down. So I don't think the long at this time would be a good idea. So other than time, I also use range charts, like a 24 range, 14 range, and a 9 range. And I think range charts are a good idea because you need 9 ticks of data on a 9 range chart in order to get a new candle. So if the market's not moving, then there's really nothing to trade. Whereas on a minute chart, if things get flat the way that they are right now, you're still tempted to trade it, take an opportunity, even though it's probably not a good one. And you can see the difference between the 5-minute and the 9 range. On the 9 range chart, we're at the top of the channel, and in the 5-minute chart, we're at the bottom of the channel. So it's good to compare the two, see where we're at. We got overbought momentum on the 5-minute, and the 9 range also overbought momentum. So the indicators are kind of saying reversal. This is a 200 BMT, 14 range, also overbought. Now for volume, we like to use a pace of tape indicator as well as a time and sales window. This is a NinjaTrader package, and this is a filter time and sales window right here, so that we can only see the orders that are 5 lots or higher coming in. This is every single one, so a lot of 1s, 3s, 1, 2. And when we see big money coming in, if it's green, that means they're buying. If it's red, that means they're selling. So a lot of small guys selling right here. We compare it to the speed of tape. If we get green on the speed of tape, obviously it's slow right now because it's just a Chinese session. Green on the speed of tape, which should be 500, 600 lots a second or more, or every 10 seconds. This is a volume chart. Each candle is 10 seconds, so we want to see this more speed than this for sure. This is very, very slow time for the euro. And it's the volume is kind of our last indicator I like to use when the times line up and the range lines up. Use volume to decide if it's a position that's going to work or not. Like if we were if it was giving a signal that we were going long, like a break of the trend line here above, could be a breakout. If we were seeing lots of big buyers here, 5, 6 lots or more, and lots of speed here, probably be a good indication that this trend is going to continue and we should buy with it. But seeing that it's so slow right now and these sellers are coming in, we probably wouldn't want to get long with that. We'd probably like to just sell the top of this channel and take it at least down to 37.50, 10 ticks of profit, something like that. So that's kind of my story so far. Oh, maybe I'll fire off a simulation trade here just on a tick chart. So this is a 70 tick chart. Maybe we'll put on a little strategy. Breaker 3. Just order, sell just like that. And then we've got our stop right there. 6 tick stop. First target right here. 5 ticks down. Second target 10 ticks down. And our final target 30 ticks down. It'll probably take way too long for this to play out. But let's see if we can get one order filled. If we could get down to 37.56 in the next 30 seconds or so, that would be nice. And we've broken down through this little trend line here. Also, the 13 EMA is one thing I like to use, especially on the 4-hour chart. The 13 EMA I think is very important thing to use, and we're kind of right around the 13 EMA on this chart here, which says it could be a good time to reverse, or it could be a good time to load up, go long. This is an area where we can put oh, it looks like we could get stopped out here. Yeah, we'll probably get stopped out here above this 37.67. But I'll let you know how it goes. Anyways, that's kind of my story so far, and in a nutshell. And I'll talk to you later.